Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And I am on my own for the month of August, but I do have a brand new tarot deck. Very cool. It is the Nicoletta Ceccoli, I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly, tarot deck, and it is a little bit weird. I love it because it's got these adorable little doll type characters on it, but they're also a little bit freaky, and you will see that I've been playing with this deck for a little bit now. Super excited to show everybody, but also the back of it is pretty ordinary. You know, it's got like some sort of fruit or something, berries on there, probably choke berries, something awful. But the deck itself is pretty similar to a Rider-Waite deck, so if that's what you're working on, or if that's more comfortable for you, you will be comfortable with this deck. And I have already enjoyed playing with this deck, so I'm excited to show it to everybody. And let's see what card we have to start with. See, it's weird for me to be by myself again. All right, so here we are. I'm actually really excited that this is the first card. So we have only the Roman numeral. There is no name on this card. So if you're not familiar with the major arcana, you might need to refer back to, yes, it does come with a little book. It's not really in depth, but it is great to remind yourself, what is number 7 in the major arcana, which we've pretty much been playing with this card all month of July because July is the 7th month, and we've been picking at the Chariot card. So typically the Chariot card would have a chariot and a charioteer on it, and he would be kind of driving the horses or the Sphinx in some cases that are black and white. This does not have the duality in it, so I'm not so sure how I feel about that. But it does have the little character is sort of sitting on the chariot, holding her doll who is sleeping, and she just kind of looks like she's sitting there, not going anywhere. So I'm not so sure how I feel about this being embracing the embodiment of the chariot, because it's a lot of clouds and a lot of kind of mental stuff rather than the movement that is usually indicative of the chariot card. There's also doesn't seem to be much movement happening in this one. They seem to kind of just be sitting there on this toy horse or toy donkey, whatever it may be. And so I don't know how I feel about it. Also, if you don't recognize the major arcana by just the Roman numerals, it's going to give you a hard time trying to figure out what this card is. I suppose the quickest way to figure out is the chariot is that there is a horse on it, so there's that. But typically there's 2 horses or 2 sphinx or 2 dragons or however you want to do it. And typically there's not 2 individuals or 2 characters on it. So I don't know my feelings about this particular card. I think the imagery is really interesting, and I think the drawing style is kind of fun, and it touches my dark soul with the, you know, kind of creepy doll thing going on and the giant headed characters. It's very creepy in a adorable sort of way, so I do like that. But other than that, I'm not super fond of this card as far as cluing you in on the symbolism of what the chariot means, which the chariot is. It's about balancing the light and the dark in yourself. It's about finding that kind of movement in those things, reining in yourself and controlling your urges, as well as kind of playing with the idea of light and shadow and how to steer yourself down like the middle path rather than veering off in one direction or the other. Because yes, in all of us, we need that darkness and the light. I will say that kind of some of this is evoked in here because she does have the red and the blue, which red and blue is it's still light and dark. It's yin and yang, really. It's feminine and masculine. So it does have that. And her little doll is resting, so there is a comfort to that. But also she looks like she's looking ahead towards the future. So I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about this card other than I really like the imagery, because the imagery, I just like it because it's pretty, not because I feel like it is definitely a Chariot card. I would have a lot of fun reading with this deck in certain company, at certain events, and things like that. But as far as for a beginning deck, I don't think this one is going to be a great one for beginners. But the images are really fun, and I just couldn't say no to this deck. So I hope to show you a lot of different cards from this deck. And yes, I'm on my own this time, so give me some time to get used to being all by myself again. So that's my moving forward for this month, is figuring out what to do all alone this month with the tarot, this new tarot deck with the dolls. I'm just going to call it the Tarot of the Creepy Dolls. That's what we're going with for this month. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!